We have an exclusive information that some of the biggest whales are slowly keep on accumulating Bitcoin at these prices. However, at the same time the funding rates are extremely positive, suggesting that the average traders are over-leveraged in long positions. And as you can know from the past performance, this always calls from some kind of a correction. However, these times are different and we would be able to overcome this resistance and continue higher if some requirements would happen. And I will be talking about the probabilities of the next moves in this video, so make sure you are watching. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Samo from Crypto Paradise, and right now we are looking at Bitcoin on a weekly time frame. As you know from the previous video, we have broken from this megaphone pattern and I expected that we will continue higher exactly towards this resistance at $57,000, and we are right now here. This is very important resistance. This is not only the Fibonacci retracement zone but also in the past price action it acted as a level of resistance and also support. So this itself is very important level, very hard not to crack right here. As you know from our previous elite wave counting, we are in a C wave right here, A, B, C impulsive wave, and we are about to have a correction and then continue higher. Also this C wave should be completed from 5 waves, and if you calculate it with me, A, B, C, D, E, so this is the final E wave and we are about to have a correction. So is this going to be the local top we are going to correct from, as I have expected in the previous video as well? As you can see here, I have been telling you 7 days ago that I expect an ABC correction before we can continue higher, and just logically we cannot continue parabolically without some corrective cycles because that would be absolutely unhealthy. We are already overextended here, we are overbought, and even though the demand is very high thanks to the ETFs and everything, the economical situation is still not very good, which means that the average Jack and Joe doesn't have such a high buying power. That means retail at these levels cannot afford buying that much Bitcoin. The inflation is high and the average households basically doesn't have so much money on investing. As you can see, the disbelief continues. Even though the price action of Bitcoin is going higher, the Bitcoin sentiment on social media is not that high, and as the price action is a little bit easing off and the impulsive waves are not as impulsive as they have been before, the sentiment is going back to disbelief, and this is something that could actually trigger some sell-offs. And these funding rates just suggest that the buying power behind the latest Bitcoin moves are not actually triggered by a spot buying but futures leverage buying. These over-leveraged positions are actually creating liquidation levels below us, and you know the whales just loves making money on pushing the price of Bitcoin against these liquidation levels, because what happens when some long position stop loss or liquidation level is being triggered? Well, it will just open the opposite position, right? So let's just assume that somebody opened a long position here, they have some stop losses here, liquidation levels here, so the whales just needs to push the price a little bit down, and these long contracts by closing automatically open a short position, and that automatically pushes the price easily lower, right? So then the whales can actually place a buy limit orders here. Once the Bitcoin price is getting close to their buying orders, they close the short, make money, and are ready to long and ride the market up again, right? So these funding rates actually suggest that you should be extremely careful at these levels, even though we have overcame this strong medium time frame resistance zone. Now we switch that into a support zone, which signaling a lot of strength. However, as you can see, we are revisiting our major medium time frame resistance zone. This is the latest sell zone, this is the strongest already overextended sell zone, medium time frame sell zone. So yeah, I understand the fear of missing out is very high, the greed is very high at these levels. On social media you can just see everybody going crazy from the crypto Twitter influencers. However, then if you take a look at the real sentiment, it's not that crazy anymore, right? And because everybody from the retail have been actually buying at these levels, because you can see the sentiment going crazy here at these levels, and right now the sentiment is easing down a little bit, so the bullish calls are created only by some crypto Twitter influencers. That tells me that this move is not going to continue much higher, and we will need to have some kind of correction, not only to liquidate these long positions, but also so the sentiment can get a little bit better. At lower prices there will be some new buying liquidity from spot markets, and spot buying really creates these healthy cycles which we need for Bitcoin. So this right here, absolute short zone until we can overcome this resistance right here. If we would possibly have enough strength to overcome this level, this Fibonacci retracement zone, huge resistance, and close a weekly candle above this level and then start to consolidate for a while, I would say that we could actually continue higher towards around $69,000, previous all-time high, where also our Fibonacci retracement 1.618 is sitting. But I would need some confirmation from the sentiment, funding rates, and other markets which we are watching. Right now I just don't see that there is enough buying power, even with all the news around, to overcome this level. However, if we are about to close a weekly candle, I would reconsider. However, right now we are being very defensive. We have made some great profits. If you are in our free Telegram channel, you know that we have been on a lower time frame absolutely wonderfully, counting the Elliott waves, and also this ascending triangle really helped us to make some great decisions, because we have been expecting this latest move to the upside. And in ParadiseTeam VIP we are just having a great fun on altcoins trading, and also we have just closed our long position exactly from the breakout point of the ascending triangle for around 247% profit on 25x leverage. We are also doing some crazy nice swing trades on altcoins. However, right now we are about to get defensive once again on a lower time frame as well, because from the lower time frame perspective we had some nice 5 move impulsive to the upside. As a scalp trade we have been buying Bitcoin right here, and we have taken our last sell target. Let me just check it one more time. It was exactly at $57,300. So we have been selling the top right here, exactly, absolutely amazing. But right now we have no new long position opened at these prices, no short as well. However, we are being very careful. This is absolutely not the time to start opening a new long position without some confirmation, alright? So for me the confirmation would be overcoming the major medium time frame resistance zone right here, and also closing a weekly candle above this level at around $58,000. Only after that I would reconsider the situation for Bitcoin. However, if this doesn't happen, I still expect some A, B, C, D correction, possibly with overextended seawave, which can actually take us very way down to around $37,000 to $33,000. So be very careful about this. You know that we need to retest always the major trend line, because that's just the market cycles, ladies and gentlemen. The Elliott waves theory is nothing else than just a normal psychology of the market. And as you remember, most of the people doesn't expect it that we will be retesting the trend line right here, but you know that's exactly what happened, and loads of people lost money right here. So that is why it's important to have absolutely amazing money management, portfolio management, and this is exactly what we are doing in ParadiseTeam VIP, because it's really easy to make money in crypto, but it's even easier suddenly to lose money. And we have been doing this for more than 7 years, so we really know what we are talking about. Let's just quickly take a look at altcoins market cap. On this final move of Bitcoin, we can see the Bitcoin dominance is increasing. That means the money are going from altcoins altcoins into the Bitcoin, so that's helping to push the Bitcoin price a little bit as well, because the money from altcoins are going into Bitcoin. You can see that on Bitcoin dominance, that's increasing. The others dominance, which is basically a market cap of altcoins, is decreasing. All right now the Bitcoin dominance from a lower time frame perspective is bullish, obviously. However, from the medium time frame perspective, we are still at this huge resistance zone, and until we can overcome it, we expect that this broken trend line, which was previously holding this bullish price action, is going to hold, and we are not going above it. All right, if we apply a fan principle, I can actually put another trend line right here. So from the lower medium time frame perspective, in order for the Bitcoin dominance to keep the bearish bias, we cannot overcome this trend line right here. Once we create another low, we can even extend the fan principle. However, for now, these are the two trend lines we cannot overcome. Previously it was this one, right now we cannot overcome this one for the Bitcoin dominance to stay bearish, and altcoins medium to long term time frame bullish. Likewise, the others dominance support zone right here needs to keep on holding. We are right now creating a symmetrical triangle. Let me show you what I mean by that. We are creating a bullish continuation symmetrical triangle. As you know, symmetrical triangles are bullish continuation patterns. We are just waiting for a breakout for the confirmation, right? So once we can break out, we are going very close to the apex here. Once we can break out above this, we have a retest. There is almost 95% confirmation because of the other factors as well, that we are going to the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement zone, and we will be using this opportunity in ParadiseTeam VIP to make absolute killings once again from altcoins, from the best picks. The dollar index is still in a creation on a medium time frame of this head and shoulders pattern. I have been already talking about that in the previous video, and we are expect the dollar index, if we will not be able to overcome again this resistance and turn it into support, we expect dollar index to continue dumping, right? And the confirmation, final confirmation, will be the breakout of this neckline. That will be the time we will go absolutely crazy in crypto, because once the dollar index is going heavily down, that means the other currencies and also cryptocurrencies will be pumping on that. And with the current situation in USA, that the Fed is just constantly pumping and printing more money into the market, they're actually making their dollar less valuable. This is a preferable scenario right now. The Ethereum Bitcoin descending triangle, which I have been talking about in the previous video as well, on a daily time frame is getting a small breakout. However, the volume was not big enough, so this might be actually a fake out. However, you know that once we have a proper breakout and a retest, we expect the Ethereum Bitcoin, which is basically a king of altcoins, to absolutely explode for around 60% profit. However, we need a proper breakout. We still have a time because we are not fully at the apex right here. So even though this is a fake out, this trend line will not hold for the bullish confirmation and we dump back down, we still have time to break out because we are not behind this apex, right? So you know that this fractal should repeat itself. I have been explaining the time zones, I have been explaining this fractal. So yeah, the probabilities are very huge that this Ethereum Bitcoin ascending triangle from the long-term perspective will break out and we will have one of the best altcoin seasons we have ever witnessed. However, for that we first need some correction cycle. So because we understand that the Bitcoin usually drags down with it most of the other stuff as well, majority of the altcoins, if the Bitcoin will have the correction, will dump as well. However, some of the greatest, fundamentally strongest altcoins will stay strong, and these are the ones we are accumulating in ParadiseTeam VIP. I will be talking about one best picks we are trading ourselves in the next video, so make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video if you have enjoyed it, join ParadiseTeam VIP or just join our free Telegram channels. Link is in our website mycryptoparadise.com, and I will see you next time. Cheers.